In the epic age of engines, pistons, and chrome, one name stands out in the history of automobiles: Louis Chevrolet. A name synonymous with speed, innovation, and perseverance. His journey from a humble upbringing to founding one of the most iconic car brands is a testament to human willpower, pure passion, and unshakable ambition. Louis Chevrolet wasn't your ordinary mechanic or a race car driver. He was a man driven by an obsession with machines, with speed, and with breaking barriers. His journey from a Swiss watchmaker's son to the creator of one of the most iconic automotive brands is filled with moments of incredible highs and devastating lows. How did this racing enthusiast, who didn't care much for wealth, manage to leave an indelible mark on an industry that defines America's spirit of freedom and adventure? Make sure to watch till the end to find out. Chapter 1: Early Life of the Mechanical Prodigy. Louis Chevrolet's story begins far from the buzzing factories of Detroit, in the picturesque town of La Chaux-de-Fonds, Switzerland. Born on December 25, 1878, in the heart of the Jura Mountains, Louis grew up in a family where precision and craftsmanship ran through the veins. His father, Joseph Félicien Chevrolet, was a watch and clockmaker, a profession that demanded exactitude and attention to detail. These traits would later become crucial to Louis's success as an engineer and inventor. In 1884, when Louis was only 6, the Chevrolet family moved to Beaune, France, a quiet town in the Burgundy region. It was here that young Louis's curiosity about machines began to grow. He watched intently as his father worked, absorbing every lesson about the intricacies of mechanisms and the importance of precision in manufacturing. By the time he was a teenager, Louis was already experimenting with machines and designing innovative tools. His fascination with speed started early. During his time in Beaune, bicycle racing was the sport of choice for locals, and young Louis was enthralled. He built and modified his own bicycles, constantly testing ways to improve gear ratios for better performance. In a stroke of youthful ingenuity, while still a teenager, Louis designed a more efficient wine barrel pump while working as a guide in a local wine cellar. His invention garnered recognition, and this marked the beginning of his rise as an engineer with a sharp, innovative mind. His creation would be used for years to come in Burgundy, a symbol of his growing genius. Chapter 2: From Bicycles to Automobiles. By the time Louis Chevrolet was in his early 20s, he had moved from bicycles to automobiles. The transition wasn't easy. After spending his youth working in a bicycle repair shop, Chevrolet honed his mechanical skills, learning everything he could about the inner workings of machines. This hands-on experience would prove invaluable when he took his first steps into the burgeoning world of automobiles. In 1899, at the age of 21, Chevrolet left France and embarked on an adventure to Montreal, Canada, where he worked as a mechanic and chauffeur at a local auto dealership. Here, he began to understand the intricacies of cars, but more importantly, he became fascinated with their potential for speed. He also began racing, where his technical understanding of engines gave him a distinct edge. In 1900, Louis moved to Brooklyn, New York, taking a job with the de Dion Bowden Motor Company, a pioneering automobile manufacturer. At the time, automobile racing was not just a sport, it was the cutting edge of technological advancement. Companies staked their reputations on the racetrack, using victories as marketing tools to prove their machines' superiority. One fateful day in 1901, Louis had his first big break as a race car driver, stepping in as a substitute for Fiat. He outperformed seasoned racers, demonstrating not just his skills behind the wheel but his intuitive understanding of machines. This victory marked the start of his racing career, leading him to more high-profile races and making him a name to be reckoned with in the early days of motorsports. Chapter 3: The Glory Days of Racing. In the early 1900s, the world of car racing was brutal and unforgiving. Drivers risked life and limb for the thrill of victory, and Louis Chevrolet was no exception. Between 1905 and 1920, Chevrolet faced numerous racing accidents that left him with serious injuries. But it was in racing that he truly thrived. Chevrolet's first major victory came in 1905, when he set a new speed record at the Morris Park racetrack in New York, defeating top competitors like Barney Oldfield and Walter Christie. Behind the wheel of a 90-horsepower Fiat, Lewis reached a jaw-dropping speed of 68 miles per hour, an extraordinary feat for the time, especially given the primitive state of automobile technology and safety. This win caught the attention of none other than William Durant, the founder of General Motors. Impressed by Chevrolet's driving and mechanical prowess, Durant invited him to join the Buick racing team in Flint, Michigan. Over the next few years, Lewis Chevrolet became a sensation in the world of racing, securing victory after victory for Buick, including the prestigious Yorick Trophy race in Lowell, Massachusetts. However, the racing circuit was far from glamorous. Racers worked multiple jobs just to make ends meet, and Lewis was no different. In between races, he worked tirelessly in his garage, perfecting his engines and crafting cars that could withstand the harsh conditions of competitive racing. Despite the setbacks and numerous accidents, Chevrolet's drive to innovate never wavered. In fact, it was these trials that led him to develop safety features such as the roll bar, a now standard part of race car design. Chapter 4: The Birth of Chevrolet Motors. In 1910, a significant chapter in Chevrolet's life began when William Durant found himself ousted from General Motors due to a disagreement with stockholders. Durant turned to his trusted friend, Louis Chevrolet, with an ambitious idea to create a new car company. Chevrolet agreed and threw himself into designing a car that would not only embody speed and luxury but also showcase his mechanical genius. Thus, the Chevrolet Motor Car Company came to be. Louis's first creation, the Chevrolet Classic 6, was a six-cylinder powerhouse, designed for high-end consumers who demanded the best in both performance and style. Priced at $2,150, a considerable sum for the time, it was a success, selling 3,000 units in its first year. By 1912, the company had sold 16,000 vehicles, generating over $1.3 million in profit. The Chevrolet Classic 6 introduced several innovations to the automobile industry, including a counterbalance crankshaft, a gear shift lever positioned in the middle of the floor, and an out-of-the-way emergency brake located under the dashboard. These design features set Chevrolet apart from its competitors and solidified Louis's reputation as one of the foremost automotive designers of his time. However, tensions soon arose between Chevrolet and Durant. While Durant wanted to compete with Ford's Model T by producing more affordable cars, Louis Chevrolet was adamant that his name should be associated with high-performance, luxury automobiles. Unwilling to compromise, he sold his stake in the company in 1914, walking away from the very brand that bore his name. Chapter 5: A Return to Racing and New Ventures. After parting ways with Chevrolet Motor Company, Louis returned to his first love, racing. He founded the Frontenac Motor Corporation, named after his earlier ventures in bicycles, and focused on building high-performance racing engines. His brother Gaston Chevrolet became his primary driver, and the Frontenac car soon began making waves on the racetrack. In 1920, the Chevrolet brothers achieved one of their most significant victories when Gaston drove a Frontenac to victory in the Indianapolis 500, marking the first time an American-built car had won the race in 8 years. Tragically, just a few months later, Gaston was killed in a racing accident in Los Angeles, a devastating blow to Louis, who had already lost his passion for racing after witnessing numerous deaths in the sport. Though his love for racing never fully waned, Louis's business ventures after World War I were plagued with challenges. His company faced financial difficulties, and while he tried to manufacture special parts for Ford's Model T, competition from the new Model A rendered his efforts fruitless. Despite his sharp engineering skills, Louis lacked the business acumen to navigate the rapidly changing automotive landscape, leading to several failed ventures. Chapter 6: A New Dream. Not one to rest on his laurels, Louis Chevrolet turned his attention to a new frontier: aviation. Along with his brothers, he founded a company to develop aircraft engines, believing that airplanes would be the next great technological revolution. The Chevrolet 333 engine was one of their most promising designs, but poor management and the devastating stock market crash of 1929 led to the company's collapse. Lewis's ventures in aviation were short-lived, but his designs continued to influence the industry, including the development of the Martin B-10 bomber, which was one of the most advanced aircraft of its time. Despite the setbacks, Lewis never stopped innovating, always searching for the next breakthrough that would change the world. Chapter 7: Legacy. Louis Chevrolet passed away on June 6, 1941, at the age of 62, after a life filled with triumphs, losses, and relentless pursuit of innovation. His name lived on, not just in the world of automobiles but in the broader story of American ingenuity and entrepreneurship. Today, Chevrolet is one of the most iconic brands in the world, representing a spirit of accessibility and performance that mirrors Lewis's vision for the brand in its earliest days. Although he never enjoyed the financial success or recognition that his name would later command, his innovations and contributions to the automotive industry were nothing short of revolutionary. The Chevrolet logo, which still graces cars today, serves as a symbol of a man who believed in pushing the boundaries of what machines could do. For Lewis, the road to success was neither smooth nor easy, but it was always driven by passion, a passion that continues to inspire the automotive world to this day. Do you agree with me that Louis Chevrolet deserved much more recognition than he got? Let me know down in the comments section. And make sure to give this video a like and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching, and remember to check out our other videos on various interesting topics. Stay blessed.